In part 2 of our Project Pajero Flinders Ranges trip, we head up to Bunyeroo Gorge and Brachina Gorge. When you think of iconic Flinders Ranges landscapes, you think of Wapina Pound, Pajero Gorge, and also Bunyeroo Gorge and Brachina Gorge. If you're looking for that quintessential Flinders Ranges landscape, you need to go no further than Bunyeroo Gorge. It is that rolling hills down through the valley with the vista beyond of the mountains that sort of surround the valley. It's absolutely magnificent, and as you can see from the video here, the road itself was in perfect condition. There was a fair few corrugations on it, but it had been graded lately and it made the trip just beautiful. Easy drive, could easily be done by an all-wheel drive SUV as well, and even two-wheel drive. The entire trip is an easy afternoon's drive from Wapina Pound. That's exactly what we did. Headed up from Wapina just a bit after lunch, up through Bunyeroo, Brachina, and it depends on who you talk to, whether it's a local or it's an outsider, they pronounce it differently. But again, beautiful drive, many places to stop and have picnic lunches or afternoon tea or whatever you want. And the countryside is just magnificent. It changes as you drive and it engages you all the way through. Brachina Gorge has some of the oldest landscape on Earth. I mean, it was 600 million years old. It's hard to wrap your head around that when you're driving through the gorge itself and seeing all the rock formations, just how old it was. Luckily enough, there'd been a fair bit of rain recently in the Flinders, and it was pretty green everywhere we went, but it also made for a bit of water down through Brachina Gorge as well, which made the drive even more interesting. One thing we were thankful for, because it's a really rocky track in there as well, that we had our Bridgestone D697 all-terrains on. Even through all of this sharp rocks through here, there was no chipping or any sort of gouging of the tyres at all, and they handled the road beautifully, evened out a lot of the corrugations, and just made the trip very smooth. One thing you will notice if you went at the time that we did in that late afternoon is that you will be driving into the sun a fair bit, which is not a problem, but it just makes the videoing a bit difficult. The other thing you'll notice is that the gorge itself, you're talking about a river that's 600 million years old that's cut through the rock face, so it becomes quite dark inside there and you don't realise that it's still light outside. As we realised when we got to the end here, you can turn around and go back through the gorge as we did, or you can continue on and go through Blimman down the main highway and back through Arkaba Station, which is a bit of a round trip to Wapina Pound, but depends on how much time you've got left and what part of the countryside you want to see. We were heading up through the main road the next day, so we decided to go back through the central Flinders Ranges. As always, when travelling on dusk anywhere in about back Australia, keep an eye out for our little furry friends that hop across the road in front of us. We'd like to leave you, or this video, with a sunset in the Flinders Ranges. Magnificent. The light on the rocks changes colours, just stunning, and it's part of the scenery and the whole vista of what makes up the Flinders Ranges as to be a must-do destination for anyone that's wanting to travel out back Australia. We're going to leave you now with the Flinders Ranges. Our next part of the trip is from Flinders to Birdsville, which we'll do another video for you very shortly. And hope you enjoy the colours and the rocks. As always, many thanks to our Project Pajero sponsors, who without their help this trip would not have been possible, and they make our journey so much easier. Well, that's it for the Flinders Ranges. We hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.